My grandma left me a haunted portrait that whispers secrets. It just told me she's not my real grandma. I inherited my grandma's sprawling Victorian house after she passed, the kind with creaking floors and shadows that seemed to shift when you weren't looking. Amid the dusty antiques in the attic, one item stood out, a life-sized oil portrait of her younger self, eyes so piercing they followed you across the room. That first night, as rain hammered the windows, a faint whisper slithered from the canvas. "Elena, you're not hers." My blood ran cold. Grandma Elena, to her friends, had raised me alone after my parents died in a crash when I was 5. She'd been my rock, strict but loving, filling our home with stories of old-world royalty and hidden fortunes. But this, a painting talking, I laughed it off as grief-fueled imagination, covered it with a sheet, and went to bed. By morning, doubt gnawed at me. I uncovered the portrait, studying its cracked frame and faded gold leaf. The artist's signature read R. Voss, 1952, unfamiliar. Grandma had always said it was a gift from a suitor she'd rejected, a family heirloom tucked away. I snapped a photo and scoured online forums for similar haunted art tales, plenty of ghost stories but nothing matching. Shaking my head, I hauled it downstairs to the study, propping it by the fireplace. That evening, sipping whiskey to steady my nerves, the whispers returned clearer now. "Stolen child, royal blood, they're coming." My glass slipped, shattering on the oak floor. Heart pounding, I grabbed a flashlight and inspected the back of the canvas. Hidden behind the stretcher bars was a loose panel. Prying it open revealed a yellowed envelope, sealed with red wax bearing a crest, a lion rampant like something from a history book. Inside were letters, brittle and handwritten in elegant script. The top one, dated 1978, was from Queen Mother Isolde to my dearest imposter. It accused the recipient, my grandma, of switching Barbies at a London hospital, claiming the real Elena had been born to nobility, heir to a vast estate. "You will return what you took, or the society will ensure your ruin," it threatened. My hands trembled. Photos clipped inside showed a newborn swaddled in silk, labeled "True Heir Lady Elena Voss." Voss, the painter's name. Pieces clicked. Grandma had no photos of my infancy, always dodging questions about my origins. She homeschooled me, kept us isolated, whispering about enemies who'd steal our happiness. Was this why had she kidnapped me? Sleep evaded me that night. At 2 a.m. the portrait's whispers grew insistent. "Check the cradle mark, left wrist." I bolted to the bathroom mirror, rolling up my sleeve. There, faded but unmistakable, was a birthmark shaped like that lion crest. No way. Grandma had called it a lucky charm, rubbing salve on it yearly. Panic surged. I dialed my Aunt Leela, Grandma's estranged sister, the only family left. Voicemail. "Leela, it's Ellie, the portrait. It's talking, and these letters." "Call me back." Dawn broke with no reply. Downstairs, the painting's eyes seemed brighter, almost amused. I packed a bag to leave, but as I reached the door, a knock echoed, heavy, official. 2 men in crisp suits stood there, badges gleaming. "Miss Voss, we're from the Royal Heritage Society. May we come in?" They introduced themselves as Harold Blackwood, a stern lawyer with silver hair, and Dr. Miriam Hale, an art historian with sharp eyes. "We've monitored this property since Elena's death," Blackwood said, glancing at the portrait. "That painting isn't just art, it's a sentinel bound by Voss's rituals to guard secrets." Hale nodded, pulling a scanner from her briefcase that beeped near the canvas. "Residual energies confirm it." Voss was no mere painter. He dabbled in the occult, embedding voices of the dead. They knew about the whispers. I showed them the letters. Blackwood's face darkened. "Precisely. Your grandmother, our grandmother, wasn't blood. She was a nurse at St. Mary's Hospital in 1980. The real Lady Elena was switched at birth. You're the heiress." My world tilted. Heiress? To what? They explained. The Voss family, minor European nobility, held a trust worth millions. Castles in Scotland, vineyards in France, shares in shipping empires. But a society of purists guarded it, ensuring only true blood inherited. Grandma had fled with me to America, changing names, living frugally off odd jobs and her nurse's pension. "She raised you as her own to protect you," Hale said softly. But the portrait was her failsafe, enchanted to awaken on her death, revealing the truth. Blackwood slid documents across the table. "DNA test kits, lineage charts tracing me to King Edward's line. Sign these and we repatriate you. Refuse, and the society claims everything, including this house." I hesitated, mind racing. The portrait murmured approval. "Claim it before they take you." But something felt off, their urgency, the way Blackwood avoided my eyes. I stalled. "I need time, leave your card." They pressed, but I herded them out. Alone, I researched the society, legit on paper, but whispers of scandals, missing heirs. That night, the painting escalated. "They lie, imposters among imposters. Check the family Bible." In Grandma's bedroom, under the mattress, was the Bible, hollowed out, holding a locket with my baby photo and a note. "Ellie, if this finds you, run. The painting tells truth, but wolves wear sheep's clothing. Love, Nana, wolves." My phone buzzed, voicemail from Leela. "Ellie, don't trust the society. They killed our parents. Meet me tomorrow, diner on Route 9. Burn the portrait if you must." Dawn brought more knocks, not society, but locals gossiping about the haunted inheritance. I barricaded doors, heart hammering. The portrait's voice softened. Midnight, the vault, beneath the study. Grabbing a crowbar, I pried floorboards in the study. Below, a hidden safe hummed open with my birthmark pressed to a scanner, Grandma's tech savvy. Inside, gold bars stamped with the lion, deeds to properties worldwide, and a ledger detailing society bribes murders. Pages named Blackwood as executor and killer of rival claimants. Holy hell, Nana hadn't kidnapped me, she'd saved me from them. They fabricated the switch to seize the fortune. But why me? The final page. Ellie is the true Voss. The portrait will guide you to allies. As night fell, tires crunched outside. Headlights pierced the curtains, Blackwood's men. I smashed the portrait's glass, but the voice laughed. Not so easy. I'm in you now. Tires screeched closer. Grabbing the ledger and locket, I fled out back into the woods, pulse thundering. Leela's diner was 20 miles away, but the society had my scent. Whispers echoed in my head. Run, fight, reclaim. This wasn't ending tonight. Rain soaked me as I crashed through the underbrush, branches whipping my face. The ledger clutched like a lifeline under my jacket. Headlights swept the tree line behind me, Blackwood's black SUVs, engines growling like predators. The whispers in my head, once confined to the portrait, now pulsed with my heartbeat. Left, stream ahead, lose them. I veered toward rushing water, slipping down a muddy embankment into the icy creek. Submerging to my neck, I waded downstream, the current masking my trail. Minutes stretched eternally until the engines faded. Gasping on the far bank, I checked my phone, low battery, 1 bar. Text to Leela, on foot, society chasing. Route 9 diner, ETA dawn. Her reply pinged instantly. Hurry, not safe. Hitchhiking panned out with a grizzled trucker named Roy, who eyed my disheveled state but shrugged. Rough night, kid. I spun a vague mugging tale, and he dropped me at the diner as roosters crowed. Leela waited in a corner booth, mid-50s with Grandma's sharp cheekbones but haunted eyes, nursing black coffee. Ellie, she whispered, hugging fiercely. You look just like her, the real her. Over greasy eggs, she spilled the Voss saga. Our family traced to 17th century barons, amassing wealth through trade and marriages. By the 1970s, the society's self-appointed guardians controlled the trusts, eliminating unfit heirs via accidents. Grandma, the legitimate daughter, fled after their parents' yacht explosion. She found you orphaned in that hospital fire, Leela said. No records, but the birthmark matched. She claimed you as hers to protect the line. Kidnapped, adopted in chaos. But the portrait, Leela's face paled. Rudolf Voss, eccentric uncle, painted it in 52 as a family curse breaker. He wove spells, folklore stuff, voices from beyond to expose liars. Nana hid it, fearing it'd activate too soon. She slid a key across the table. Our safe house in Pittsburgh, go there. I've rallied true Voss allies, distant cousins, lawyers. A photo showed a group at a vineyard, lion crests on rings, but doubt lingered. Why'd you ghost us? I pressed, tears welled. Society threats. They torched my home, framed me for fraud. Nana cut contact to shield you. Headlights flashed outside, same SUVs. Go, Leela hissed, shoving cash. Back exit. I bolted into alleys, stealing a bike from a porch, pedaling furiously as tires squealed. They rammed a dumpster, blocking my path. I ditched the bike, leaping a fence into industrial yards. Whispers guided. Sewer grate, 50 yards. I pried it open, dropping into stench, crawling blind. Emerging blocks away, I hopped at a parked sedan, Grandma's old lessons in survival. Pittsburgh was 300 miles, I'd drive straight through. Radio crackled news. Heiress Elena Voss wanted for questioning in estate theft. My face, blurred but unmistakable, society spin. Dawn bled into day as I crossed state lines, paranoia mounting, every car a tale. The safe house was a nondescript row home, the key fit. Inside, dust motes danced in sunbeams, walls lined with files. A note from Leela, Vault Code 1952, Allies en route. Punching it opened a wall safe, more documents, a dagger etched with the lion and a small portrait shard, my eyes staring back. Whispers surged. They're here, 2nd floor, tires outside. I grabbed the dagger, creeping upstairs. Blackwood burst through the front, Hale behind. Ellie, surrender the ledger. It's forgery, your grandma was the thief. Lies. Hale held a device zapping static near the shard. The painting's bound to you now. Destroy it, end this delusion. I hurled a lamp, glass shattered. They advanced. Dagger raised, I lunged at Blackwood. He dodged, grabbing my wrist. Pain flared at my birthmark. Visions exploded. Voss history unspooling, society rituals sacrificing heirs, Grandma smuggling me out, Voss binding his soul to protect us. Blackwood snarled. The true bloodline ends with pretenders. Hale chanted, device glowing. But the shard burned hot, whispers roaring, blood awakens. I slashed, blood hit the floor mine, but the shard drank it, pulsing light. Blackwood recoiled, skin blistering. Hale screamed as shadows coalesced, flinging them downstairs. Thuds, then silence. Peering down, they fled, car peeling out. Leela's allies arrived, 3 stern figures: cousin Theo, a Scottish lord with a scar, Maria, French vintner, and Jonas, ex-society whistleblower. The binding chose you, Theo rumbled. Portraits, power transfers via blood, you're the sentinel now. They confirmed society hoarded $2 billion, plotting a purge of diluted lines. My role, lead the reclamation, but Leela's call cut in: trap, safe house compromised, run, explosives, no time. We piled into an armored van, speeding toward a private airstrip. Whispers warned, betrayal within, trust the dagger. Who, as clouds gathered, engines droned, a jet awaited, destination, Voss Castle, Scotland, the fight for my legacy ignited. Part 3-5. The private jet sliced through storm clouds over the Atlantic, engines humming a tense lullaby as Scotland's jagged coast emerged below. Cousin Theo briefed me in the cabin, his scarred face lit by laptop glow. Voss Castle's been our stronghold since 1642, towers hiding vaults, catacombs rigged with traps. Maria poured scotch, her vintner hands steady. Society infiltrated after Nana fled, they hold the main trust keys. Jonas the defector fidgeted. I stole manifests, rituals every equinox, blood oaths to purify the line. Your birthmark's the master sigil, it unlocks everything. The dagger hummed in my lap, whispers sinking with turbulence. Beware the vine, she coils. Vine, Maria's family crest was grapes. Paranoia flickered, but exhaustion won. I dozed, dreaming of Grandma's lullabies twisting into lion roars. We touched down at a fog-shrouded airstrip, a blacked-out Range Rover waiting. The drive to the castle twisted through highlands, mist cloaking ruins like ghosts. Voss Castle loomed, Gothic spires piercing low clouds, ivy strangling stone walls. Iron gates parted with my birthmark scan, tech woven into ancient stone. Inside, the great hall echoed with footsteps, tapestries of Voss battles, a massive hearth crackling. Theo led to the library, shelves groaning under grimoires. The inner vaults here needs 3 sigils, yours, a blood relative's, and Voss's relic. He unveiled a case, the original portrait sketch, eyes alive. Whispers overlapped, blood now, test them. I pricked my finger, dripping onto the sketch. It glowed, projecting holograms, society ledgers, $2.3 billion siphoned to shadow accounts. Maria smiled tightly. See, we're reclaiming. But Jonas paled, checking his phone. Leela's signal, she's alive but traced us. Leela, still in America, the dagger heated, aimed at Maria. Before I could react, she lunged, syringe glinting. For the true line, poison, Theo tackled her, she twisted free, shattering a window. Gunfire erupted outside, society ambush, SUVs circling the courtyard. Traitor, Jonas yelled, barricading doors. Maria vanished into shadows, her vine betrayal confirmed. Society plant feeding our location. Whispers screamed, catacombs, east tunnel, we bolted, dagger lighting the way down spiral stairs slick with moss. Catacombs twisted like veins, torches flaring at our approach, automated, Grandma's upgrades. Skeletons line niches, Voss ancestors, some with slit throats, society hits. A chamber opened, altar etched with lions, central dais holding a crystal orb. The Heartstone, Theo breathed, binds all trusts. My birthmark fit the lock perfectly. Orb hummed, downloading data to Jonas's drive, deeds, codes, proofs of fraud. Alarms wailed, Maria's voice boomed. Surrender, pretender. Blackwood's fleet inbound. Explosions rocked the walls, breaches above. We fled deeper, but Jonas tripped a wire, floor dropped, spikes gleaming below. I yanked him up, he gasped. Thank you, I owed your Nana my life, debt noted. Emerging in coastal caves, waves crashing, we hotwired a fishing boat. Theo gunned it into the night sea, society choppers spotlighting us. Dagger thrown overboard per whispers, Deke drew fire away. We docked in Ireland under cover, holing up in a pub basement. Over maps, Jonas revealed more. Society's purge ritual at month's end, full moon, sacrificing diluted heirs on castle grounds, me next. Leela patched in Viasat phone, Maria's daughter of Blackwood. I escaped Dinah flying to you. Trust Theo, he lost his kids to them. Theo nodded grimly, showing scars. Burned alive 2015. Bonds tightened but whispers evolved. The defector hides scales. Justice awaits. Dawn brought raids, Irish Garda tipped off, my face plastered as fugitive heiress. We split, Theo to Raleigh's true cousins in France, Jonas to hack trusts from Berlin, me with Leela to a Voss safe in London. Underground tube ride, hoods up, we reached a nondescript muse house. Leela hugged Nana's last gift. Basement vault, cash stacks, passports, and a smaller portrait, Grandma's face, whispering, the journal, final truth. Hidden compartment, her diary. Pages chronicled the hospital fire, parents' death, her rescuing me, forging records to evade society hunters. Ellie's mark proved destiny, portrait watches over. But last entry, if Theo returns, beware his scars are ink, not fire. Forged, my stomach dropped. Phone buzzed Theo. Ambush in Calais, Maria dead, but Blackwood has Jonas. Trap closing, whispers laughed. Choose, blood or blade. London streets awaited, society noose tightening. Part 4-5. London's fog choked the streets like a living shroud as Leela and I slipped from the Muse house, her forged passport in hand, Voss contingency. Whispers from the small portrait shard in my pocket urged. Thames Bridge, midnight meet. Theo's call had reeked of setup, scars fake. We ditched phones in the Thames, grabbing burners from a black market stall in Camden. Leela's eyes darted. Nana trained me too, shadow paths. We navigated alleys, tube tunnels, emerging near Tower Bridge where gas lamps flickered like wary eyes. A figure waited, not Theo, but a woman cloaked in tweed, Dr. Miriam Hale, society historian, hands raised. True, said Jonas lives, Blackwood wants the ritual intact. Trap, dagger shard burned, I gripped it. She led us to a shadowed barge, engine idling. Inside, Jonas slumped, bound but breathing, drugged, drive intact. Berlin hack half done, he mumbled. Hale claimed defection, society fractures, purists versus reformers, Blackwood's the fanatic. Whispers snarled, lies coiled tighter. Leela scanned her, strip search. Under Hale's coat, line tattoo authentic. But Shard disagreed, heating. We motored to Voss London Vault, a forgotten bank crypt under St. Paul's. Birthmark lock clicked, walls parted to gold vaults, artifact cases. Central, Voss's master grimoire, pages whispering genealogy. My finger traced, true line confirmed. Hospital fire killed parents, Nana's rescue legal under chaos, society's switch story a forgery to discredit us. $2.8 billion frozen, ripe for claim. Jonas uploaded remnants, alarms blared, breaches. Blackwood's commandos rappelled in, gas canisters hissing. Chaos I slashed with shard, shadows lashing like whips, portrait power amplifying. Leela disarmed too, her nurse training lethal in precision. Hale fought beside us, felling a goon ally. We escaped via service tunnels emerging in Whitehall. Thea's van screeched up, real, scarred arms grabbing us. Calais was faint, Maria's corpse a double. Scars peeled, no ink test confirmed authentic. Whispers quieted on him, blood true. United we flew to France, Maria's vineyard, true Voss haven. Cousins rallied, 20 strong, armed with deeds, lawyers filing injunctions. Full moon neared, society's purge ritual broadcast live from castle, faking my sacrifice to seal trusts. Midnight vineyard siege, society drones buzzed, choppers thundering, we countered hacked feeds exposing ledgers. Blackwood's voice boomed from screens, the pretender falls, but my broadcast hijack, birthmark scan live, unlocking $500 million transfer to neutral trusts. Chaos rippled their ranks. Ground assault, I charged castle perimeter, shard dagger full size now, reformed by blood drip. Whispers chanted battle cries, shadows devouring foes. Theo flanked, Leela sniped from towers. Jonas cracked final codes, fortune hours. Blackwood cornered me in Great Hall, revolver drawn. You wield Voss's curse, but blood betrays. He fired, shard deflected, piercing his chest. Dying gasp, the Queen, real thief. Queen, visions flooded. Queen Mother's 1978 letter, her forgery coveting Voss wealth for crown debts. Hale appeared, gun on me. Reformers win, join or die. Betrayal redux. Whispers roared, blade chooses. Shard flew, impaling her traitor to end. Leela burst in, it's over. But Theo hesitated, eyes glazing. Whispers, final test, his blood. I pricked him, shadow recoiled. Forged kin, he confessed. Society planted, but redeemed by your Nana. Truth serum worked. Dawn broke, society crumbled. Arrests worldwide, headlines screaming, arrest reclaims cursed empire. Vineyard toast, legacy secured, cousins sworn. But whispers lingered. One secret remains. Your parents' fire. Journal hint, Leela paled. Nana started it to save you from them. Moral grey, jet homebound, shard dimmed, portrait power settling. Fortune mine, but peace, shattered frame.